On this week's Nonsensible podcast.
Then I'd probably look like a
How about both
bald
of you
guy.
guys wearing socks?
That was the semi-love pop.
I allow you to give me CPR.
All right.
First of all, do you
deal.
like how you look naked? That's a more important question.
Yeah, I look at it every day.
It's pretty good.
You just
He kind of looks like the character of the Helsinki,
Yeah.
but the smaller version.
Who's Helsinki?
Yeah, but you're so positive. It's annoying.
Yeah.
This is Nonsensible.
All right, welcome guys to another episode of Nonsensible with Dave.
Sam.
And Saul.
Today we have our special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Woo.
Ooh.
I'm kind of excited to have Wu back because I think out of all the guests, we've had a lot of amazing guests on the show, but Wu just brings a different level, and the fans out there have been like, they want Wu back. They want Wu back. They want Wu back.
That was the very first episode, right?
That was our very first episode.
That was so
1 and
fun.
2.
Yeah.
That was when the show didn't even have a name.
Welcome back to the Tales from the Jail Cell.
Tales from the jail cell. Tales from the jail cell. Nice. We're excited about this. How you been, Wu? How have the last few months been?
Just being in my little cave and just studying and working, practicing, and I feel like I just been like how do you say, chemin?
Hypnotized, yeah.
Kind of like a hypnotized for 4 months.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
I've been studying film, some old type of jazz dancing, and like the London jazz dancing, and yeah.
So those videos of you on Instagram is kind of what you've been studying.
That's what I've been doing.
I just thought that, I just looked at it, I'm like, wow, this guy's a natural. Everything he does is amazing.
Yeah.
It was just, but it was, I started as like, kind of like working out.
Mhm.
Because I haven't practiced dancing like I used to when I was younger. So I just started, because I don't want to work out like before, like just lifting weights all the time. And I felt like I was just getting stiff.
Yep.
So I started with house dancing on YouTube. I was watching like the screen and just trying to follow along because I never really did house dancing. And then somehow I jumped into one of the dancers' performance in Korea. He's like my older brother, but we haven't talked for a while. And I stumbled upon his footage and I just called him. I was like, hey, I think I gotta learn this stuff. And that's when everything got started. And he was like, what? You know?
Yeah. No, Wu's like that. Like, we were walking in the park one time and Wu's like, yo, I think I'm gonna learn how to DJ. And then 4 months later, he's freaking mastering a new craft. We were talking earlier, it takes Wu 4 months to master something.
That's crazy.
4 months.
What is house dancing? Like dancing to house music or dancing in your house?
It's dancing to house music and a lot of times in your house.
Yeah.
It's a genre of dance.
Yeah.
based
But
around
the
house
kind of
music.
dancing that you were talking about practicing before that is like London jazz, you said?
That's afterwards. So
Ah,
I
okay,
started
okay.
as house dancing, just kind of like a cardio workout because you have to use your legs, like a lot of steps. And I just stumbled upon my older brother's footage.
Yeah.
And because like the London jazz and if you know jazz, like everybody's usually wearing suit and stuff. And just everything just looked cool, you know?
Yeah.
Like the music and the
Stylish.
shoes, style and everything.
Yeah.
And he made it looked pretty easy what he was doing on the footage, you know?
Yeah.
Looks can be deceiving.
So I called him, I was like, I think I want to learn this stuff. And then just hell started, you know?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
just
you're
like
like
a
obsessed with
torture.
it.
No, it was
He says it's
it was
torture.
it was just so difficult, you know? So the first month was just pure hell.
Yeah.
I almost quit a couple of times, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just kept doing it.
What,
Yeah.
what about you, Sam and Saul? Have you ever dabbled in anything dance?
Anything dance.
Yeah, you, Sam.
Like in terms of for long period of time.
Have you ever used your body to rock to the music?
Yeah, a lot. Growing up, like all the time. I was like in my circle of friends, I was like the dance king. Like I had my own dance moves.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I had my own dance moves and like we'd go to clubs and I'd be the one that would break it down. I'd be in the circle, like breaking down the
What,
moves.
are you serious?
That's awesome.
Deadly serious.
Wow.
Deadly serious.
Don't
Don't get it twisted. Bigger guys can actually get down and dance on it. I've seen some big, heavy set guys bust some amazing moves on the dance floor before.
Yeah. There's always like a fat police officer in like in like Instagram videos who just busts out some wild shit, and the whole
Absolutely.
neighborhood goes nuts and jumps over
What
fences.
kind of moves did you have, Sam?
Well, there was one, my friend called it the semi-love hop. So it was kind of like, I'd kind of, do you know the what's it called? The sprinkler dance move?
No.
You can show me better than you can tell me.
See, Diane.
She knows it.
It's like like a version of that, but with your feet instead. So you've got one foot planted on the ground, and you've got one that you kind of I don't want to show you because
see it.
I'm going to knock a table over. Get up. Why not?
I'm really excited to see this.
All right, guys. So let me describe what we're looking at. Sam just got up.
Give the camera a second to catch up to this.
Oh, is that the first time we had to move the camera?
So we're watching Woo, a dance specialist, see Sam's dance moves.
All right. Oh yeah.
It's pretty flexible.
That was the semi-love hop.
I like that.
That was good.
That was good.
So I had a few things like that, but like I kind of grew up, like for me, it was always music. So
Yeah.
like in the 90s, it was New Jack Swing. And as we got older, we'd start going out to clubs a lot. And when we went to clubs, we went to have fun.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't, we'd get drunk, but the intention wasn't to go and pick up girls.
Uh-huh.
It was places that played good music.
Yeah.
And show your new dance moves.
Absolutely. It was like, for me, it was like, I'd get out there and it'd be a battle. I'm like, I want to beat people like with dance moves.
With a sprinkler.
But with that one, like that, it would just originated as something that was funny,
Yeah.
like for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But it kind of, in our circle of friends, it kind of became the move that I was known for.
Yeah, you're like your little like inner meme kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But that's it. For it was just
It's about
something to do
fun
for
too.
fun.
Yeah,
That's
it's
exactly
about
what it's about.
fun.
If my friends were laughing and everyone's having a good time,
Yeah.
it was successful. That's all we
Yeah.
needed.
What about you, Saul? You ever dabble in some
I
dance?
suck at dancing.
I
I can like, I can move on a stage. I can like, I can stick to the rhythm with my hand. I realized that I sucked at dancing in 7th grade when like my really cool black friend Armani came over to try to teach me a genuine dance move.
yeah.
Oh,
Remember a
Pony.
genuine?
Yep.
Man, his shit was magic. But and I really wanted to be able to do this one. This took me years.
Is it pony?
No, this shit.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I can do.
That's all you wanted to do.
It took me months.
Damn.
Every time I would do it, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just keep like control of one foot at one time.
So that's it?
that was all I got.
That was like the first page of a book.
I know. And then every time I tried to add my own flair to it, everyone was like, "What the fuck is that shit?" But whenever I just did that part, everyone was like, "Oh."
It's like the table of contents. It's not even the first page.
This is all I can do. This is all I can do. This is all I can do.
It's actually kind of cool though, right?
So b-boy, like when you were younger, when all those like everyone was a b-boy, that wasn't something that you guys.
Nah.
Maybe that's why I rap, because I can't move. Like,
I thought video games are cool.
Yeah.
And I liked basketball and shit, but yeah.
can you play DDR well?
I was actually pretty good at DDR.
Yeah.
Dance Dance Revolution. What do you think about people who are good at Dance Dance Revolution or Pump?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
Do you think that it actually translates to them being good dancers?
I never thought about it. Let me think about it right now.
You ever seen kids do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you good at it?
No, I think I tried once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Isn't
it's
it
good
more
if
just timing and
having a good time? It's workout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
It seems like it's just timing, though. It's just having your foot in the right place. There's no choreography involved.
It's just timing. It's literally just a game that you're matching, just rhythm. It's nothing.
But I mean, the same thing goes with dance, right? Like I would imagine that, the same way some people can't drum, the same way other people can't dance.
I'm sorry, so I'm gonna cut you off. It has nothing to do with fucking dancing. Dude.
You don't think?
That's like being good at Guitar Hero and playing guitar, dude.
No, I'm saying that dancing has to do with having good rhythm,
Oh, yeah, what?
not DDR.
Whoa, that was a crazy point. So,
I'm saying that
Did you-
I think that some people are naturally just shitty at it, right?
well, I guess, but I think that you can suck at dancing but be good at DDR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want to address the elephant in the room, being that since Wu was on the show last time, a lot's changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, is the hair's gone?
Oh,
Last time you were on, you had the leather jacket. It was kind of a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
Now you've got the suit, the short hair. Is this because you've been doing this London jazz dance? Have you kind
No.
of picked up a whole different?
I always
Vibe.
I always had this, and no, I just been like this, Sometimes I wear that, and sometimes I wear this, and the long hair was the first time I grew it that long,
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
And then so I started dancing, and it was just getting in my way too much, so I just had to cut it off.
He's told me before, he's dabbled in a lot of styles. He used to have like mohawks and shit, right?
Yeah, I had that when I was a kid. I used to just have it like just all off.
Ooh,
I had like white hair.
Yeah, Wu f***s around with his image a
But
lot.
Yeah.
I gotta respect that though. Like I wish I could do that. Like
Yeah.
play around with my image a bit more.
Do you have fun doing that sometimes, changing it up?
When I was younger,
Yeah.
But now I think it's just getting more simpler and simpler.
Yeah,
One of the good thing about long hair was like I don't have to cut it every 2 weeks and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. This shit you have to cut every day. If you go completely bald, it's annoying, dude.
What happens if you go on a bender and you get so wasted?
Have you made love with your hat on?
That's like having sex with your socks on.
I don't think that people sleep with me for how I look.
Wait, what's wrong with having sex with your socks on?
Isn't that just weird?
Is
A
it?
lot of people say that. I don't think it's that
Like
weird.
if you've taken all your clothes off and you've only got your socks on.
I don't.
I generally don't wear socks at home. Like as
Yeah.
soon as I get home, I take my shoes and my socks off. So it's just
I'm just trying to imagine like all of you guys wearing socks having sex,
yeah. You've taken.
with pink socks on, you're with the rainbow. Him with the
I'm sorry
purple.
we put that in your head, Wu. That's not what the intention was.
Whoa, do you wear socks?
Do I wear socks when I'm having sex?
Yeah.
No, but I had a girl wearing socks when I was having sex.
That's what I'm saying. I think some girls, I think it looks good sometimes when women are wearing nothing but socks.
Yeah.
What if you're wearing nothing but socks?
Then I probably look like a
How about both
bald
of you
guy.
guys wearing socks?
Probably it's a regret.
Yes.
Do you guys remember the Red Hot Chili Peppers where they had that performance where they're all performing with just socks on their junk?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think it was Flea that started doing it.
Flea.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to just wear socks on his junk.
Have you ever tried it?
No.
There's
Actually, maybe.
I've tried it.
You tried it? Does
Yeah.
it fit?
It depends on the sock.
Okay.
Like, is it an anklet? Is it like, one of the ones that
That's
comes
an
up to your
interesting
knee?
question at Emart. Yo, I'm looking for socks. Do you think this would cover my nuts?
Yeah, go to the baby sock aisle, sir.
You did.
Go to the booties aisle. There's a Quaker university near where I went to school that some of my friends went to. And, I don't know like if this is totally true, but I heard that like nudity isn't a bad thing or isn't illegal in like
What,
a
in
Quaker.
Quakers are super chill.
Yeah. So this dude used
What's a Quaker?
to go to class with just a sock on his dick.
Religion is
Oh, really?
And there was like a guy who would like ride around on a longboard on campus with just a sock on his dick. And like girls would go to class topless. And
Really?
Yeah, at a Quaker school, which was crazy to me.
See, here's my thing. If that's what that school's doing, shouldn't they be marketing themselves a little bit more in that direction?
Yeah.
Like, you can have people, if kids go to university to party and have fun, wouldn't you want to go to a school like that that's quite liberal?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't want to be naked though.
I'm not
I don't like what I look. I don't.
You don't like where you look like naked?
I did like what I looked like naked in February, but
Yeah.
I don't like what. look like naked now.
Post COVID.
Yeah, you guys saw me. Like you saw me on my
Never
birthday.
naked.
Not naked.
You saw me on my birthday though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
so skinny and such good shape. And now after all the gyms closed down, what? Hey, yo, okay, I have another question. Did you guys unintentionally, any of you, use COVID-19 as an excuse to not do something, and you feel guilty about it now? I use the COVID as an excuse to stop working out, and I feel stupid about it now.
No, but see, I'm the same. I stopped going to the gym because of that. But it's not, I think for me, it was just, there was so many people at the gym and I was kind of worried about the potential to actually
But
contract the disease.
I could have ran. You know,
Okay.
I have weights at home,
And you could have too, right?
Well, I found other methods of exercise.
Oh, okay.
but I didn't even do that. That's
I've
what I'm
stopped going to
saying.
the gym. Yeah.
All it took was them going, "Oh, no gym." I'm like, "Okay, no working out."
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Stupid. And I blame my laziness on YouTube, like, oh, COVID-19. Like, no,
I think you were just a little bit bummed, right? You
yeah,
were
I was depressed. Yeah.
Socializing for me, maybe.
Socializing.
Yeah. I found that like there are certain situations that I'm like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there. I don't know. Maybe I won't, you know, just under the circumstances.
What about you, Wu? Anything that you changed because of COVID-19?
And do you like how you look naked? Both of those. It's a package.
First of all, do you
deal.
like how you look naked? That's a more important question.
Yeah, I look at it every day.
It's pretty good.
Just like completely naked and satisfied.
Okay.
And,
I mean, I'd be satisfied if I looked
Yeah.
like whoa.
and something I regret because of COVID-19, something that I didn't do.
Or you didn't do, or you changed, or something that you just, I guess, not just something that changed because of COVID-19.
You've almost used, it's almost like you've used COVID-19 as an excuse to not do something.
I can't think of anything right now because I was just like doing something every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And
Crazy.
more time to
That's
do
what you're
shit.
supposed to do.
yeah.
You're supposed to use this time
Yeah.
to do shit that you wouldn't do normally. You know, like work on a craft or something. But I was just like, oh, this pandemic. I just gotta just sit here and do nothing.
Because I go crazy if I don't do something within the day. I just gotta do something, like whether it be just working out or just whatever it is.
Me too. I'll lose it.
I gotta do something every day. It's hard for me to rest, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I could just rest for like a week or two, but it's just I'll go crazy, you know.
I either have to be like learning something new
Yeah.
or drinking.
Yeah, that's good too.
I found myself wasting too much time though. I found like Instagram has taken up too much of my time.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
For no reason at all. It's just like, what do I do? Instagram.
We were talking about that in the car. Wu was saying this exact same thing. You feel like lately you've been feeling like, you know, social media is a bit of a waste of time.
Yeah, so I don't do it like before because I have things to do. So, and I literally don't. Sometimes I don't look at it for like a few days at all. You know, yeah.
It's changed.
Because I'll be so like just like this with the things that I'm doing.
You guys know this well. You guys have like you're probably in like the 99th percentile of like having a lot of followers on Instagram, right? Do you think that people who get like famous and have a ton of Instagram likes like get more addicted to Instagram? You know, because like every like and all the comments and all that shit, it's like designed to react with like dopamine in your body.
I don't know how Sam feels about it, but I'm the opposite. The more followers I got, the less
The less you cared.
when you're going up, when you're in the phase where you're going up in SNS and social media, you put a lot of effort and time and check it all the time. But once you get used to it and having a lot of followers and stuff, I mean, it sounds, I guess, irresponsible, I guess, to people who enjoy my content and stuff. But I found that I care less and less and less over time because I've already tasted it.
Yeah, it's like you have a tolerance.
Yeah, so I don't look at the comments as much anymore. Like I haven't checked any of my YouTube comments in days. I don't even care.
I'd say it's less about caring. I just think because you get so much more feedback, it's difficult to go through and read the comments. And like, I think it used to be when you had less followers, you'd reply to a lot more comments.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start out, more often than not, they're friends and family. So they're people that you know outside of SNS. But once it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you've got, like I've got 500,000 followers on Instagram, it's like I don't know who 99% of these people are. They're just people that follow me.
Sam doesn't care about any of you.
It's difficult to keep, when you get a bunch of people, writing comments, it's like if you reply to one person, you kind of have to reply to all of them.
I worry about that with Woo too. Like, don't just women just bore you now?
I mean, just like half of the comments is like punch me or choke me, stuff like that.
Look at his comments. All the comments are just dirty comments.
amazing.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Have you guys seen the comments on this?
It's insane, dude.
I've seen the
It's
comments
nothing crazier than Dave's comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
was
should read your comment on my post.
Oh, yeah.
I say some dirty shit. Yeah.
Dude, who started that? Just some.
Me.
You started that?
I no. People were doing it before, but I made it work. I made it.
He took it to the poetry level.
Yeah. So people were just saying it, and I made it. I almost opened the door for his followers to. I showed that it was okay to just go 150%.
Yeah.
He's normalized
They
it.
really do go
Normalized
100%.
Dave is definitely up the ante on that.
Yeah, I'll find a few.
What is going through your mind when you're writing these comments?
All I got to do is look at Woo and his body, and I just get inspiration. It comes straight to my fingers.
What if one day we find out that like 20 of those accounts are just all him? Woo's just living a lie. It's not like a bunch of 18-year-old girls that want to. It's just Dave behind his computer.
It wouldn't surprise me that Dave's got burner accounts at all.
That's funny.
But this brings up that topic. Does anyone here have a burner account?
What's burner account? Another account?
fake
We have
account.
a fake account so you can see other people's stories and stuff.
But you
Finsta.
made one for me?
I made one for you, and now I use it as mine.
Oh, okay. I can't remember.
So it's kind of it's like you can be anonymous and look at people's accounts, or you can
It's
write
for
comments
stories,
anonymously.
so I can look at people's stories without them knowing I'm looking at their stories.
You ever do that with AOL Instant Messenger when you were little?
Oh yeah, I used to do that.
A lot of kids did.
I have,
like
I have this one and this one. These two right here. These top one and the third one. Yeah, these two are, and I just follow all the people that I hate.
So what's the concept behind following people that you hate?
Well, I hate them, but they're all. I also consider them. I guess I'm also curious of what they're doing.
Kevin Durant's like the perfect example of this. Like he's got a burner account where he'll like if people start saying bad shit about him, he'll like reply with positive things. And he's been caught out a few times with that.
Yeah, that's wild.
But then do you not feel like if someone says something negative on your Instagram or something that you want to back it up, but you don't want to do it as yourself?
No, I just ban them.
I don't know. I feel like if it ever got that crazy, I think I just would try not to read it.
Yeah, but you're so positive. It's annoying.
Yeah. But I mean, it's because I'm scared of negativity.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like
He'll do anything to avoid conflict.
I don't like conflict.
Yeah.
Wu kind of tends to take conflict straight on, don't you?
He used to.
How so?
Tell us about your conflict resolution in the past versus now. Like, for example, let's say there's somebody you hate. Well, how would you have handled it, 12 years ago compared to how would you handle it now?
But that hate, it depends on the situation, you know what I mean? So if I met the person and, there was a incident, there's this dancer that he used to always like bully younger dancers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when I was coming up when I was in my younger days. And we're in the club and he said, "You want to smoke?" And then he was drunk and then I smoked already.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "No, I already smoked." And he threw the pack at me.
Yep.
He's like right here and he just went like that, and hit my face. And so this is how you used to handle it,
I'm really excited to hear this.
So I picked it up, I crushed the
cigarette pack.
The cigarette pack, and then I dumped it on his head like this,
Oh.
Yeah. So he punched me. So, I had to whoop his ass, like bad, like really bad.
Where was this?
In the club.
In the club.
In the club?
Yeah.
You had to whoop his ass.
Yeah, I had to whip his ass. And I think if somebody like that does that to me now, I think I'll just walk away. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just not even saying anything. You know,
What do you think?
Your
what do you think-
badassness speaks for itself. Right? You don't have to do it.
What do you think changed? I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's like a very deep question
Uh-huh.
because there might have been a lot of things that changed, over time. But what do you think is the main thing that made you
with this part,
just with this able to deal with situations better?
just from experience, and I just got used to, because I think that's part of the habit too, handling things like that.
Yeah.
So, and it's really hard to change
Yeah.
with like tempers and stuff like that. And it was like a slow progress.
Mm.
And it, so if something like that happens and I just walk away or something like that, I wake up feeling better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll
good.
forget about it. About 72 hours later, I'll just forget about it,
I was at this lounge with Wu at Brown, and there was and we were just standing there vibing with music. We were literally just standing there vibing with music. Me, Wu, and the owner of the place.
Mm.
And there was these two big dudes, and they kept smashing into Wu, like over and over again, like smashing into Wu. And Wu said something like, "Yo, I'm behind you, stop." And the guy kind of laughed at him.
Actually, I didn't even say anything. I just
he
I
just
was
kind of
protecting myself.
Yeah, he was just kind of oh yeah, he probably
Yeah.
And then the guy turns around and he goes, "Saum chare? Like, are you good at fighting?" And Wu goes, "No." And the guy kept looking at Wu and was just kind of "No." And the dude just ended up just off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in those situations, a lot of the time, if you can just laugh it off, I think people tend to get offended by that even more.
Yeah.
Like if they try and push your buttons and you just laugh at them.
Because I think the older you get, the more you realize that people who are dicks like that, that's what they want.
Exactly.
They want your attention. They want you to
Well, they want you.
with them.
Well, they want to with you, so they want you to step up to that position. And maybe if they want to fight, that's what they want. But if you turn around and laugh at the situation, or just turn around and walk away, they haven't achieved what they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Wu said, if you get into a physical confrontation, the next day you're going to wake up, you could have, a black eye, you're going to be feeling sore, or you're going to be feeling sorry for yourself. But if you remove yourself from that situation, like you said, 48 hours, 72 hours later, it's not even a memory
Mm-hmm.
because there was no conflict to begin with.
Yeah.
There's got to be testosterone too. Because when you're from
When you're
from like
young,
15
yeah.
to like 26, 27, like if people fuck with you, it's almost impossible not to let it make your blood boil. You know what I mean?
And especially the place and situation too. There's nothing what I'm going to prove in that club or
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
place or the
exactly.
street somewhere. Like, I mean, if you're in jail, it's a different story. But
Yeah.
if I was in jail right now, all my old habits will come out probably just
Mm.
as a survival mode.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But not anywhere here. Well, what am I going to prove?
Nothing.
I think society has also put men in a situation where men have to be tough, men have to be manly, So as soon as you get in a situation where someone steps up to you, it's always like, well, it's time to fight with your fists. Like, I don't understand why men have to be this testosterone filled. I mean, we've got testosterone, obviously, but why do we have to be, alpha males?
Yeah.
Why has society set us up for that? There's nothing wrong with being the sensitive guy and saying, I don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I think out of ignorance, because they don't know that far what you're talking about,
There's got to be something natural about it too, though, because there's so many
No,
kids
but I
do
think
it.
Sam's making it. I think there's naturals, but I think there's natural tendencies for people to want to fight. But I think Sam makes a good point
Yeah.
because for some people, if you step down from a fight, another third person's reaction might be like, "What a
Pussy.
little bitch!" Yeah,
Mhm.
When that's not even a thing. Like, what if you just don't want to fight? Like, I don't want to fight.
And the other thing is when there is conflict, whenever you see conflict, and it hasn't even got to the physical stage, a group of people will come from God knows where, but all of a sudden there's a circle of people with phones, world star,
Yeah.
and it's like, hang on, what we could just be like speaking loudly. We could be shouting at each other, but this group of people, and they're almost cheering you on.
Where do they
want to
always
see.
come from? They
It's like
just
blood sport.
they come from out of nowhere. There's like, wait, what?
It's like there's some magnetism that just draws people in as soon as there's conflict.
Yeah.
And that's part of with the society is like, why do we want to see two people get physical with each other?
But humans in general like to see destruction and people, and you don't look away.
I don't know if they like it, but they're drawn to it.
They're drawn to it. Yeah.
I want to see professionals do it who have been trained in it professionally, whether it's UFC, boxing,
I don't know though.
football.
I don't know. When there's a fight, I always kind of like.
Yeah, but I get do I have to fight too now? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like a totally enjoyable experience to watch people fight for me.
I don't think I look at it more than 2 or 3 seconds. I just go away. I'm not interested for some reason.
Yeah, it's like carry on with your business. I'd rather, if I was going to meet someone, I'd rather just go and meet them
I
as
guess I'm
opposed
an
to standing
undeveloped
around.
mind because I still watch. I'm still like, ooh,
Do you pull your phone out?
no, of course not.
No, but that's another thing we're seeing now is everything's on the internet. So even if it's a car crash or someone's,
Whoa.
fallen over, people are pulling out phones as opposed to getting in the middle of a fight and breaking it up or trying to help people in, dire situations.
I've seen situations where somebody's hurt or in a bad situation and someone's filming it, and then people on the comments like, why the are you filming it? Why aren't you helping?
Mm-hmm.
Or like it'll be like a dog like crawling or something. Like, help the fucking dog. Why are you filming it? Like,
I heard that. Is it true that in China you're part of you can be like sued or something if you go over and like tamper with and help somebody?
yeah, there's some laws about
Some
that.
weird law like that.
Even-
Like someone gets in an accident.
Even here in Korea, I think there is some responsibility if you try to help someone that's been in an accident. And for example, if they end up dying
Yeah.
and you've tried to give first aid to them, I think there is also a percentage of responsibility here in Korea. I'm not sure of the exact law. I remember there being something
I know
like
where that comes from, though. It makes a little bit of sense, though.
What do you think?
I think they call it the Good Samaritan law. So what it essentially, if someone's, having a cardiac arrest, if you know CPR and you know first aid, the first thing that I'd be thinking coming from Australia is to try and save that person's life. But if I don't do CPR properly and that person ends up dying because I tried to do CPR, that's where this responsibility comes into play, which means you see a lot of situations where people just stand back and they're like, I don't want to get involved because there could be consequences that come from getting involved.
But this will help.
Well, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate though, because if that was my wife or my child or a family member, I'd be like, anyone to try and help.
Please help.
Yeah.
However, I don't care what they do. And if they do something wrong, I don't find that they should be responsible for it.
But
They're
that's
trying
family.
to help.
But some people get over for the same thing, though. Like, let's say someone tries to help and you get sued by the family because a person died, and like you shouldn't have touched them. This world is. Never mind. Woo! If I ever get a situation, I allow you to give me CPR.
All right.
You may suck on my face to save my life.
And if he ever dies, you can give him one of your organs, and we know which one he wants.
I don't know if you can transplant that organ, but still,
I don't think Woos would fit.
it's worth trying. It's worth trying. Is anyone an organ donor here?
No.
In America, they just ask you to put the little heart sign on your license, and that makes you an organ donor. So
You're
I
an
am.
organ donor?
Yeah, we are. If you're right. They just put it on your license.
But don't you have to elect to be an organ donor?
Yeah, they just ask you, you want to be an organ donor? And then you say,
Are
yeah,
you an
sure.
organ donor, Woo? You don't want Woo's organs? That shit's
I never
corrupt.
thought about it.
What's going on with Woo's organs?
I don't know. You replace Woo's lungs with yours. You just get black lungs. Woo's heart is probably half broken. It's just there's probably cracks in Woo's heart. His soul is just bleak.
I didn't even think about that. I have the responsibility to keep this liver in better shape if I'm a donor.
I think it's if it's like once they get you on the cart and open you up and they're like, yeah, no, that liver's no one's going to use that. That's done. That's done. Kidney, nah.
Yeah, you don't want-
Maybe they'll take an eye out. I don't know.
Maybe an eye.
The only thing they're taking from Woo is little Woo.
That's all we need. Take that shit away.
This liver's trash. His lungs are shriveled like a raisin, but I'll take that little woo right in my dead body's mouth.
Oh my God.
I learned this from you.
It sounds like you've just done something like a mafioso would do to one of his worst enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You double cross me. Woo.
Did we have some question? Did we not have a post on Instagram about Woo being on the show?
They want to know what Woo's going to be for Halloween.
Oh, with the current situation we're going through with COVID,
No Halloween.
what's happening with Halloween? Like,
Okay.
is ET on Halloween going ahead?
All right, so I think two things are going to happen. And I bet you 99%.
People have masks on.
Well, first of all, people are going to have masks on. A lot of people are still going to gather in Itaewon, but a lot of people won't gather in Itaewon. It won't be as big as it is. But I know they're opening clubs up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're down to social distancing level 1 again, which means that clubs and bars are
Bro,
open
I
again.
don't know. I don't know about Halloween. I think I'm just going to sit that one out, dude. Because even with me, I'm not, I'm already a homebody. But Halloween, that's a lot of people and a lot of irresponsibility. I don't know about this. What are you going to do for Halloween? You're just going to...
I don't know, but I just thought about dressing up as something that I'm comfortable with. The Money Heist. Have you
Money
guys seen
Heist
The Money Heist.
on Netflix.
Chungyeji. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that red jumpsuit?
Uh-huh.
Something I'm really comfortable with.
A jumpsuit?
Yeah, I'm gonna wear that.
And it's got with the Salvador Dali mask as well.
He kind of looks like the character of the Helsinki,
Yeah.
but the smaller version.
Who's Helsinki?
He looked just like you, but just like
Will you
huge.
show me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Helsinki's. Yeah, he's an interesting.
I haven't
guy.
seen that show yet.
Money Heist.
It's on Netflix. It's really popular here in Korea for some reason.
Yeah.
It's Spanish.
It hit number 2 in Netflix.
Oh, really?
wow.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Are
It's
Korean
good.
people actually using Netflix? No.
It seems like a lot of Korean people are watching a lot of Korean dramas
Yeah.
on it. They're the most popular ones, but a lot of people I know, Netflix is just their kind of go-to at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the whole COVID crisis, people have just been at home a lot more. So it's like instead of watching TV at a certain time, it's like I want to watch it when I want to watch it.
It looks... That.
It looked just like him, but it's like his son,
With a bigger beard. Yeah.
I did used to have a massive
Oh,
beard
Saul
like
used to have a beard just like this, like one down here. Yeah.
So what do we think in terms of Halloween? What do we think the top costumes are going to be this year? Hazmat suit?
that. Yeah, that would be cool if people actually had like gas masks. And
I think, like, obviously people are going to be concerned with covering up. So I think people are going to try and find out costumes that could involve masks that we wear on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a few Tiger Kings.
Yeah, of course.
oh God, yeah. Imagine how many there would be if Halloween was in full effect.
I was telling Wu about Tiger King the other day. You gotta watch it.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
I mean, I heard a lot from him,
Yeah.
That's something I could see myself dressing up as Tiger
Yeah,
King.
that'd be fun. Carol Baskin.
Killed his husband. Wait,
Whacked him. Carol Baskin.
that song was so good.
Yeah.
And they put it to the NBA 2K shit.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything for Halloween?
I don't think so, man. I don't want to be
Jinx
around
it.
that many people in Itaewon.
For listeners that don't know, Itaewon's obviously a neighborhood here in Seoul, but on Halloween, it just turns into a sea of people.
Yeah.
Like, it almost feels like complete streets are filled with
It's
people,
just
just swarms of
people.
people.
It's really like the only place where you can get like an American kind of Halloween, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
It's like a festival here. and
Because there's a
everyone's
military
dressed up.
base right next to it, so kids can like go trick or treating at the stores.
All clubs are full. All bars are full. It's just thousands and thousands, more than 10,000, like tens of thousands of people just in one little neighborhood. And it's so much fun.
Yeah, but I don't think Koreans will do that.
I don't think it's going to happen.
This year?
Yeah, I don't think Koreans will do it.
I've seen people on like Facebook and the internet, and there's been talk about Halloween events. And a group I'm involved with, 90% of people said they're not going to be involved in Halloween events this year.
You ever been to Itaewon Halloween?
Yeah, once.
How was it? Good.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I'm never coming here again. Because I was just stuck in one place for like an hour. I couldn't even move, you know?
Yeah, you can't move.
Oh,
yeah.
imagine that right now with the
Because
COVID.
social distancing is
Yeah.
Halloween in Itaewon. Social distancing's out the window.
Yeah.
Like you're shoulder to shoulder with people.
I was freaking Edward Scissorhands last year. So uncomfortable. too.
I was thinking about that when I was watching the NBA championship the other day. How many people were packed together at the Staples Center watching that, celebrating that game? Did you see that? Like it looked like Itaewon on Halloween. People are still doing that shit in America.
Well, not even. I mean, Ronaldo just came out and he's got COVID as well. Like he was out for dinner with the Portugal national team, and they were all almost sitting shoulder to shoulder at the table. Like it just seems that social distancing you're starting to see up curves again because social distancing is going out the window.
Now I'm looking at all y'all as just potential enemies.
Enemies.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Luckily for us, like there aren't these, like the clusters are small here. You know what I mean? Because Korean people are so responsible about not getting into these massive groups.
Halloween, if you had to give someone here a costume to wear for Halloween, what would it be? I think I'd dress you as Baby Yoda from Mandalorian.
Baby Yoda?
Yeah. Have you seen Mandalorian?
No.
On Disney Plus?
No.
So it's a Star Wars series, and it's kind of got it's about a bounty hunter, which is part of the Mandalorian. I guess I don't know. I think they said they're not a race; they're a creed.
Yeah.
But it's like Boba Fett kind of character.
Yeah.
And Baby Yoda's in this, so Yoda as a baby, and I think you'd be perfect as Baby Yoda.
Sounds cute.
I don't know who I'd get to dress as Mandalorian, but yeah, that could be your Halloween costume.
Yeah.
I'll dress Dave as Penguin from Gotham. He looked just like him.
Yeah, well. I dress you as a law-abiding, kind citizen.
I would leave you undressed.
I would let you do whatever you want to do.
God damn it.
I don't want to mess with him.
Just imagine Woon just nothing but leather. But except his leather pants just like a small hole in the back.
Chaps. Spandex or PVC.
Have you ever worn a thong, Woo?
No.
Have you?
No.
He's wearing one right now. Don't listen.
Am I? Nah.
Not even like to the beach.
I have cute colored underwear. Check it out.
I like those.
Yeah.
Would you ever wear a thong to the beach if you were in a European country where that was status quo?
I don't even wear Speedos. So, the little,
Yeah.
we call them budgie smugglers in Australia.
That's what I mean. That's what I meant by a thong.
Pudgy smuggler.
Because it looks like you're smuggling a budgie.
What is a
What's a
pudgy?
budgie?
A budgie is a bird. It's like a small parakeet.
The language are you
Budgerigar.
speaking?
Parakeet. So
Budgie?
it's like you've got a small bird down the front of your pants when you wear
A
those.
budgie.
Yeah.
His shit would be a pterodactyl smuggler, dude.
Actually, I'm thinking about trying it on when I get home.
But I don't understand why people wear those to the beach. Like
If you're confident you want to be free,
professional swimmers used to wear them. A lot of them don't wear those anymore. But
Then what do they wear?
well, they kind of wear the bodysuits now.
Oh.
Yeah, they kind of look like a wrestling outfit.
Are those even regulation? Like-
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's sport shorts.
It seems like that could make you go faster if you had some kind of crazy.
Well, swimmers wax their body, so
all right, guys. Shut up.
okay, no more budgie
You guys
talk.
are talking about budgie smuggling and waxing bodies and what's considered normal at a swim competition.
I don't know.
We lost you on your phone for a second. This is what happens. We start talking about bird penises.
I thought he was doing an ASMR over there by himself, the way he's chomping on that jolly rancher.
Jay, dude. Anyways, so as Sam and Saul, you guys recall, we had a couple of tales from the cell, tales from the jail.
That was so fun the first time.
So before we wrap today's episode off, can you give us another tale from the cell of Woo? Tale from the jail.
I don't have. I think the story I talked about last time was the craziest one.
Just
Breaking a
it doesn't have to
finger.
be crazy.
Yeah. So
Can I just ask a question then before you
Yeah.
get onto your story? Did Did people turn their toothbrushes into shanks in jail?
Yeah.
Like, that's like not just for TV.
Wait,
Yeah.
people really did.
Like on the wall, they just like sharpen it up
Mhm.
and carry it in their pocket.
Oh yeah, when they have to.
Damn.
Yeah, when there's like situation, as a protection, I guess.
I don't ever want to go to jail. There's no way I'm getting out of there
I
alive.
think you're good.
But it depends.
No,
It's not gonna happen.
But it depends
that-
where you're
okay.
locked up. Like certain jail is just peaceful.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you get transferred a lot because of the population
Uh-huh.
in jail. And certain places really peaceful, and certain places just hell on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Was yours relatively hellish?
I've been to everything. And like certain times I had to sleep with rats in the corner and stuff.
Yeah.
And you just hit the bunk like this, and they'll just be like, "Pew,"
Whoa.
And then later on you become friends.
With the rats?
Yeah, you start talking to them because you're alone for so long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the tale that I have is so when you're locked up and going through trials,
Mhm.
you only eat the food they have. When you get transferred, then it's kind of like army. You could have canteens and stuff. Yeah, they put money and you could buy stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what that is, right?
They have, it's almost like a convenience store kind
Yeah,
of.
you could buy like noodles, but it's not like the noodles we see. It's like some cheap noodles,
Mhm.
And
Something that you can't make a shank out of.
No name noodles and
Yeah, like no name soda and stuff like that,
Mhm.
So it gets better like when you transfer after you get your sentencing. But so before that, when you're on trial, like you're just thinking about food every day. Just every day you're thinking about food, talking about food, like what you're gonna eat, like when you get out or you get transferred and stuff like that. And so some cops and like the teachers inside, we call it cop staff in there,
Yep.
staff or guard or and so some of them, they like some little cash on the side,
Mhm.
so they'll tell us to bring money and they'll give us food,
Ah.
How do you get the money?
So this is the story, So every time after visiting, we do squat and cough. You guys heard about squat and
Mhm,
cough in like
mhm.
movies,
So
right?
you're not like hiding something in your.
Yeah, you turn around and you squat and they search the behind and
Yeah.
So I'm like crazy about Mexican food. So I'm just like dreaming about Mexican food all day. And like some cellmates, like some friends in there, they tell me like, this, talk to this cop and you could, get some burritos and stuff like that. So how we get the money in? I'm like, you gotta put it behind, man. I'm like, what you mean? So the person starts explaining to me, when you tell your parents, get like a little size wrap, put the money in there. So it's like something like this size,
Tootsie Roll.
You can
It can't be too
get
big.
cash into that size.
So just like you get the wraps and you get the money in like this, and during the visit you put it back there.
Yeah.
So you did that?
Yeah, I
Who
did.
gave you the money, mom? Who gave you-
Yeah,
mom?
Yeah, my mom. Yeah.
So
Wow.
you're sitting down at the table directly across from your mum, and she slides you the money in a wrap.
Yeah.
Then you put it in your hand, and
Uh-huh.
while you're sitting down, you
Yeah.
try and you have to manipulate it so that you don't look conspicuous and try and.
Yeah.
Can you give us the physical like move?
Yeah.
Let me remember.
And one more question. You're allowed to touch them? Is there like a little place where you can like hold your mom's hand?
You're just sitting like really
It's like a
close.
table, right?
Yeah, but that depends on the place too.
And there's a
but-
bunch of other people with their
yeah,
families.
so it's a
I've
lot of
seen
people,
those,
you know what I mean? So they can't catch everything, So of course, all the parents they bring a little bit of money so that their child could get some food and stuff,
Mhm.
So everybody's doing it in there, Like, I kind of found out late,
Yeah.
So, but I'm curious, so I'm asking my cellmate, yo, it's all right, man? You know what I mean? It's all right. It's like, yeah, it feels weird, but it's all right, man.
It's worth it.
So in my brain, I'm just like thinking about weird stuff. What if it goes in and like, I'm just like, because I don't know shit about this.
Obviously, yeah.
What if I can't get it out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but it was, I was successful. So
What'd you say to mom? How'd you get her to come? When she, what'd you
Because we
say?
get a phone call, you know.
So how'd you say it? Like, Mom, I need you to.
Yeah, I need you to wrap it around, you know, with the little wrap,
Yeah.
you know, and just, you know, get some grease on there, you know.
With what? With like WD-40, Vaseline?
I don't know, man.
I don't think that was a
How did it go in? Was it smooth?
But it was like this small, so you know what I mean? I mean, it felt weird, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I want a burrito so bad, so.
That's the best story one of the best stories I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's such a good
That's
story.
so good.
That's
So I'm
such a good
worried,
story,
like, if
bro.
I squat and cough, it might come out, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, we'll turn around, squat and cough, and like, and then, you know?
Yeah.
But shit didn't come
It
out.
stayed in?
That's awesome.
That is unbelievable. How was the burrito?
And then, so you know, clean that shit up, you know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, get the money out and then give to the cops or some teachers, and they bring the food like the next day.
How
or
was the
something.
burrito? Yeah.
It was like a proper burrito.
Better than sex, man.
Yeah.
Do they bring it to your cell and you can eat it in your cell?
Sometimes they do that, or it depends. If you're a teacher, they bring it to the class and then you just eat it in the bathroom or some corner inside the class. Or like, you know, sometimes they bring the food at midnight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. When everything's
Wow.
locked down.
Just another quick question on the food. Is it, when we watch the films, we look at the detectives and they're interrogating you and they're like, I know you're thirsty. I know you're hungry.
Mm-mm.
You know, I'll give you some nice food. Does that really happen? Like, do the detectives kind of like give you food to eat before they?
No, it didn't happen with me because I think, because I wasn't like hiding from, I just got caught during, you know what I mean, with a lot of stuff with like teenage violence, gang violence and stuff like that. So, like, they didn't have to really interrogate me, you know.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
do
go
that
through
when they're
you
trying to
know.
make you say something. Right?
That's
like,
when,
rat
like, if
people
you've been on a
out, yeah.
hide or something, you know,
Yeah.
for murder and stuff like that, you know. But
And they could tell Wu ain't no rat. he might have.
No,
you
we-
might hang out with him.
like, all my best friends, we just got locked up at almost the same time, you know. So,
In the same
yeah,
jail.
we're like 15 years old, you know. Yeah, like same place, you know. So,
He comes out a f***ing adult
Wow.
in his 20s.
How old?
20.
Five.
Whoa.
Hey,
So-
going in 15,
He
come
goes-
out of 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He goes there as a kid at the young, right, such an important age of 15. He comes out a full-grown 20-year-old man and gets deported.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming back.
Good to be here.
You're always welcome back on Nonsensible. It's
So
always a
much fun.
pleasure.
So
Always a
much fun.
pleasure.
Some of the most interesting stories we get on this podcast.
Absolutely.
So
Maybe I
good.
should write a book about the
You
tales
should
from
write it. I
Yeah.
told him this before, but
That's a book I'd read for sure.
anyways, Wu has a lot of, we'll talk about it next time on the podcast, but Wu has a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff he wants to venture into, like short films and movies too. So
Cool.
we can look forward to that. in the
Actually,
future.
the short film that I'm gonna make, the name is Cellmate. You know,
Nice.
Oh,
yeah, I'm preparing like 3 short films, but one of them is Cellmate.
Hell yeah.
nice.
Oh, and I was actually thinking about him as one of the guard. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should do it. That'd be dope.
yeah.
I'm always down. I'm always down.
I told one of my team workers about Sam.
Really?
Actually, yeah,
You'd be a good one, Sam.
because he's an actor too. So you know, yeah.
I hope that's a good thing, being a guard. Like, I hope I don't get the shit kicked out of me. Or I have to be an asshole guard. While we've got you here, if there's anything you want to promote, whether it's your Instagram or you've got any events that listeners and viewers can tune into.
My Instagram is, how do you say that?
Underscore.
Mr. Wu _. And the recent work that I did was Lehi's Holo dance cover for AMG company. And and I actually made a little jazz film for this artist named Kimoki in Korea.
Yep.
And actually did the whole editing and coloring and I actually danced in the video.
Cool.
Yeah, so you could, I think you have to type Kim Oki. Actually, you could just go to Amoeba Culture YouTube channel and watch the film. It's black and white film. Yes.
Awesome.
Dope.
Thanks again for joining us today. Also, if you want to listen to the podcast, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on Spotify. Don't forget to leave us a review. We love reviews with 5 stars. Anything less, 5 stars are great. We appreciate that. You can find us on Instagram at Dive Studios. You can also watch the whole podcast on YouTube, Dive Studios as well. Anything else I need to say? I don't think so.
Love you guys.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Stay safe.
Stay safe, guys. Stay healthy. We'll see you guys in the next podcast.
See you then.
Peace.
Bye. Hope you enjoyed the clip. If you did, listen to the full episode on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
And make sure to subscribe to this channel, Dive Studios, and put those notifications on. Hit that bell. Whoop, whoop, whoop.